Hi, this is David Reedbrown, and welcome to Magic Tech, our ongoing discussion about the technical aspects of putting your show on the road. Scripting. Technical aspects of scripting? Well, yeah, and I'll tell you what, scripting has become one of my favorite activities as a magician. It's gotten me in love with writing again. So, I actually like opening up a word processor page and writing down line by line what it is I'm going to say in my routines. Now, I've been to a lot of master classes with Jeff McBride and a lot of events where we see many routines, and I can usually tell now within 2 sentences whether or not that routine has been put in a word processor. And I can tell in my own performances that it makes a lot of difference. Try it and you'll see. It really helps me to take my cell phone and record my routine so that I can listen back to what it is that I've been saying and tell whether or not I'm just speaking too many words, or whether or not I'm communicating clearly, or whether I put the right emphasis on the wrong syllable. And the nice thing is, most every cell phone today can record, and if yours doesn't, then you can just go out and buy a simple little device like by Samsung, one of their music players, and they're all equipped to record as well. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. In fact, to write down scripts, many times, as techie as I am, I like using a notepad. It's just helpful to see the words on the page and to scratch and to scribble. Once you get it into a word processor, I highly recommend backing up everything. Back up your own documents on your own hard drive. Use a thumb drive so you have a backup. Email them to yourself and put the date in the title of the file. Put the date and the title of the routine, and maybe even the first line of the routine in the actual file name so that you can search for these things, say in Gmail or on your own computer. I found Google Documents online to be really helpful. It's docs.google.com. And if you put things in the cloud, then you always have access to them anywhere you have an internet connection. But make sure, though, that that's not your only source, because I've known people that have lost things off of Google Documents. So you need to back those things up, too. And I tell you, nothing will save you like just printing out your routines and putting them in a file so you always have them. Another thing about scripting that I love is that it's all up here in my head. I've gone over it and over it and over it so that I'm nice and relaxed when I come out on stage. I know the first thing that I'm going to say. I know the last thing that I'm going to say. I know how the words and the sentences flow into one another, and it gives me a sense of ease. Finally, when I get on site and maybe I'm doing a routine that I haven't done in a while, of course I've rehearsed it ahead of time, but also I like to come out on stage and say the line, and I look at the different places in the venue, and I associate what I'm saying in that routine with those words with different objects or even perhaps people around the room. Maybe I open up looking just above the head of the person in the last row, and maybe I say something else to the person down front on the right. These are really helpful technical aspects for scripting. Thanks for joining me on this journey of Magic Tech. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.